The story kicks off with Roul finding a nasty little note at work, making fun of him and saying his work isn't good enough. After he finishes up at the shop with his buddies, he heads out to a bar. At the bar, a girl named Jordan comes up to him and says she wants a tattoo, something like a butterfly or a music note. Roul, realizing the design doesn't mean anything to her, tells her not to do it. He says tattoos should carry meaning, be tied to a person, a memory, something that actually represents who you are. Next scene, we're in Roul's bedroom. He wakes up next to the same girl. She's clearly trying to get closer to him again, but suddenly, Shaw, who used to date Roul's late twin brother, Remy, walks into his room. Roul was actually supposed to hang out with Shaw that day, so he asks Jordan to leave. She storms off, pissed. Roul heads out with Shaw to his dad's house. That's when we learn Remy died 3 years ago, and ever since, the whole family's been drowning in grief. They meet up with Roul's older brother, Rome, but things between Roul and his dad are still rough. His mom's totally checked out, lost in alcohol. At dinner, when his mom collapses off her chair, Roul snaps at his dad, asking why he doesn't do anything to stop it. The fight blows up, and Roul's dad kicks him out of the house. Shaw follows him and takes him away. Here, we find out the truth. Remy died drunk driving. He was on his way to pick up Roul when he crashed. Roul has been carrying that guilt ever since, blaming himself for his brother's death. Roul and Shaw head back to their hometown. Roul tells her, "From now on, you don't need to cover for me. I'm never setting foot in that house again." Then we get a twist. Shaw has actually loved Roul since they were kids, but no one ever knew. Her best friend Aiden finds out about her secret. Shaw had recently broken things off with her rich boyfriend, Gabe. Shaw tells Aiden, to Roul, it's like he doesn't even exist. She also admits that after Remy's death, she started dating Gabe, a rich, stable guy. But now it's been 3 weeks she and Gabe had pressed pause on their relationship. Aiden warns her that Roul is unstable, while Gabe is the kind of guy who can actually give her a future. Cut to the bar. Roul's there hanging with his friends, and it turns out Shaw is now working there. When he sees her, he says, "What are you doing here? This place isn't for you. Your family's loaded. You don't need this job." But Shaw fires back, "I don't want to take money from my mom anymore." Not long after, Gabe shows up at the bar trying to win Shaw back. Roul steps in and says, "We all know you and Shaw are done, so leave." A fight breaks out between Roul and Gabe, and their friends jump in too. The bouncers throw everybody out. Later, Roul and his buddies start painting a mural on a wall, but the whole thing triggers flashbacks of Remy's accident. Switch back to Shaw. Her mom tells her, "Gabe's the best for you. He's rich, he's got everything." But Shaw doesn't care. She goes home, where her friends are already kicking off her birthday celebration a day early. The next day, they all hit a club for Shaw's actual birthday. Everyone's partying hard. Aiden ends up crushing on Roul's DJ friend. Roul shows up too, wishes Shaw a happy birthday, and offers to drive her home. She agrees and tells him to let Aiden know. But Aiden's too busy flirting with the DJ and just tells Shaw, "Trust me, Roul's gonna make a move tonight." Roul and Shaw leave the club and head to his tattoo shop. Shaw says, "I want a tattoo." She starts teasing him, pushing him, then takes off her clothes and moves toward him. Roul tries to stop her, but she's drunk and doesn't get it. She whispers, "If you feel the same way, don't hold back." They end up in his bedroom. The next morning, Shaw wakes up to find Rome and one of Roul's friends hanging around outside. When they see her, they're shocked. Rome says, "I knew this was going to happen." Shaw goes home and spills everything to her best friend, freaking out that she'll just become another one of those girls Roul sleeps with once and forgets about. Then we learn what she told him the night before while drunk. "I've always loved you. I'm in love with you." The scene shifts, and we see Roul working on a tattoo. This time, it's his friend's girlfriend coming in to get inked in memory of her boyfriend who passed away. She looks at Roul and asks, "What's up? You seem different today." Roul replies, I can't get this one girl out of my head. She smiles and says, then go after her. Right then, Roul goes straight to Shaw's place. Aiden tells Shaw what's going on, and she's totally caught off guard. Shaw comes outside to face Roul. They talk, and Roul admits he cares about her safety and wants to spend time with her, but he can't do the whole boyfriend thing. He doesn't see himself as that kind of guy. He tells her he just wants to stick around and see where life takes them. Shaw says, that's fine. I just want to be with you. And that's how their situationship begins. The next few days, they're inseparable, taking pictures together, going out for lunch, trying new things. Life feels light for a change. But then, one day, a gorgeous girl named Sarah comes onto Roul, straight up saying, I want to go back to your place. Roul shuts her down. When his friends find out, they can't believe it. Dude, are you crazy? She's smoking hot. Still, Roul doesn't budge. He goes back to Shaw. Not long after, Shaw's mom calls her and reminds her, don't forget about the Christmas party. Shaw agrees and tells Roul about it. He was supposed to go paint a wall with his buddies that day, but instead he decides to go with her. At the party, Roul meets Shaw's mom, and it's clear she doesn't like him one bit. In front of everyone, she says, you need to marry Gabe. You won't find a richer, better husband than him. Shaw, embarrassed and furious, grabs Roul in front of everyone and storms out. Meanwhile, across town, Roul's friend falls from scaffolding while working on the mural. When Roul hears the news, guilt crashes down on him. I should have been there, not wasting time at the stupid party. He explodes at Shaw, blaming her, and the fight ends with Shaw yelling, drop me right here. She gets out of the car, leaving him behind. Roul rushes to the hospital. His friend is in critical condition. Later, he texts Shaw, I didn't mean what I said, I was just angry. But she doesn't reply. Days go by. Sarah shows up again. This time, she manages to get Roul into bed. Word gets back to Shaw. Hurt and angry, Shaw goes straight to Gabe and says, I want to start things over. Gabe agrees, and they get back together. One day, Roul runs into Shaw and asks, guess you didn't miss me at all. Shaw shoots back, you ruined everything yourself. You're the one who cheated first. Back in his studio, Roul starts sketching Shaw's face. Meanwhile, Shaw is at home, looking through old photos of him. Then, tragedy hits. Roul's friend dies. At the funeral, Shaw shows up. She and Roul don't talk, but they share a long look from across the crowd. Later, Shaw calls and leaves him a voicemail. If you ever want to talk to me again, just call me, even if it's just once. But Gabe overhears the message. He confronts her, shouting at her, you're still in love with Roul, aren't you? Fine, I'll take you to him myself. Then he loses control, screams at her, and even gets physical. Shaw runs out of the house. At the same time, Roul finally gets Shaw's voicemail. The next day, he goes straight to her. When he sees what Gabe did, he confronts him. But Gabe is stronger, and the fight ends with Roul getting arrested. Rome, Roul's older brother, bails him out, and when he hears what Gabe did, Rome hunts him down and beats him badly. Being ex-military, Rome completely overpowers Gabe. Cut to Roul and Rome talking. Rome asks, do you still love her? Then do something about it. Inspired, Roul paints a huge graffiti mural of Shaw's face. One day, Shaw sees it while passing by. Roul goes to her, finally apologizing the right way. That night, I said everything wrong. Hooking up with that girl was a mistake. But I want to change. I don't have money or status to give you, but I'll give you everything I do have, my heart. And I'll fight for us. In the end, Roul tattoos a snowflake on Shaw, symbolizing the night of her birthday. A year later, Roul and Shaw are living together. Aiden also ends up with one of Roul's friends, and they decide to move in together too. And that's where the story closes.